If you passed the Module 5 Mastery Check number 3, you do not need to be doing this unless you'd like more practice. If you did not pass with a 3 or a 4 as your score, then make sure you got this out of the math drawer and are following along with me to look for your mistakes that you were making. So this says that Freddie ran for 23.7 minutes. He ran 3 miles. How many minutes did he run each mile in? So first we want to know what are the two units or things we're talking about. We're talking about minutes. We're talking about miles. So I'm going to start and get my labels. Minutes and miles. And I'm going to set up my chart here. So what do we know? He ran 23.7 miles. That was a very terrible 3. And he ran 3 miles. So that's what we know. You can see everything matches up. Now our question is how many minutes? This is what we're looking for, is the minutes. Did he run each mile? How many miles? 1. Each means 1, and it's a singular word, 1 mile. So now I can ask, how did I get from 3 to 1? We divided by 3. So now that means I need to divide by 3 here. So I'm showing what I'm doing. Divided by 3, divided by 3. And then out here to the side or on the back of your paper, we need to do 23.7 divided by 3. We need something above the 2, something above the 3, then there's our decimal, and something above the 7. I know 3 can't go into 2. So we're going to start at 23. See how many times it goes into 23. And I'm going to let you see if you can finish this problem. See how many minutes he runs 1 mile in. Should be less than 23.7 because that was 3 of them. Now we just want 1. So it should be getting 3 times smaller. We're doing the same thing. So now we have a bag of grapes cost $3.42, and that was for 4 pounds. What is the cost per pound? How many pounds? 1 pound. Per means 1, and pound is singular. So let's set up our things. We have money, or cost, or a bag of grapes, however you want to, as long as you know what your label means, it's okay. So I'm going to do money, and then I'm going to put P for pounds. So I'm going to set up my chart here. So the cost was $3.72, and that gave me 4 pounds. Now it wants to know the cost. We're looking for the cost of 1 pound. So how do I get from 4 to 1? We divide by 4. So now how do I get from 3.72 to $3.72? I also need to divide by 4. So we're going to set up our problem. $3.72 dividing by 4. I need something above the 3. Here's my decimal. Something above the 7, something above the 2. I can see 4 can't go into 3. But it can go into 37 how many times? So my answer should be less than $1. So each pound is less than $1. See if you can finish that problem. Go see a teacher if you need help with your division. Our next one says Bella bought 5 bananas and it cost a total of $2.75. What is the cost per banana? How many bananas per 1 banana? So you can see every time I'm asking myself, what am I trying to find? The cost, that's what I'm looking for, of 1 banana. So we're going to set it up. We have bananas and we have money. So setting up my chart, I have 5 bananas. 5 bananas was $2.75. Now I want to know how much money, and my money is on the bottom, so I'm going to leave it blank. Bananas are on the top. I'm going to put my 1 on the top this time because that's where my bananas are. As long as you have everything matched up, it doesn't matter if it's on the top or the bottom. Every time I talk about a banana, I put it on the top because that's where I put the B. So how do I get from 5 to 1? We divide by 5. So I need to take $2.75 and divide it by 5. So $2.75 we're dividing by 5. I need something above the 2. There's my decimal, something above the 7, something above the 5. It cannot go into 2, but 5 can go into 27 how many times? So each banana is less than $1. Doesn't have a ones place. So see if you can finish and see how much one banana is. And then our last one says a train went 654 miles in 6 hours. What was the rate the train was traveling per hour? How many hours? 1 hour. So we have miles and we have hours. We're going to set up our chart. So 654 miles in 6 hours. And it wants to know the rate the train was traveling per 1 hour. My hours are on the bottom, so I need my 1 on the bottom. How do I get from 6 to 1? I'm dividing by 6. How do I get here? We also do the same thing to keep it equivalent. Divide by 6. So we have 654, and we're dividing it by 6. I need something above the 6, something above the 5, something above the 4. I'm going to start this one with you. So 6 goes into 6 one time, which is 6. There's nothing left over, so I bring down my 5. 6 goes into 5. If I make a list of 6s, 6, 12, oh, that's already too big. 6 cannot go in there. You cannot make a group of 6 if you only have 5 things. But I can't just bring down the 4. Every time something goes down, something has to come up. So 6 goes into 5 0 times. You have to put that 0 there. If you just skip it and bring down your 4, you'll only have 2 numbers. And I need 3 things, 1 above every number, 1 above every digit in the dividend. So go ahead and finish that division problem and see how fast the train was going every hour. So every time I set up my labels, I set up what I know, and then I see what am I trying to find? 1 of what? Let's go ahead and finish that, get it checked off, and then let's see if we can find our mistakes on our blue mastery check paper.